Hey, good morning, Kozo. I know you're probably still sleeping and everything, and that's okay. That's all right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just make this video for you, and then I'm gonna send it to you in a text message, okay? And hopefully you can study from here. And then if you have any questions, you can just send me a video back. Like even if you have any other questions that I haven't covered in this video, you can send them to me, and I can just help you out with sending the video back to you, okay? All right, so it says what I wanted to focus on today was talking about writing expressions and then writing equations and then also solving equations as well. Okay, so right here it says you may have to write an expression or an equation to solve a problem. An equation is a statement about variables and numbers that contains an equal sign. An expression contains no equal sign. Okay. So again, sometimes you may have to write an expression, or sometimes you may have to write an equation, or choose an answer that represents an equation or represents an expression. And again, equations are statements that do have an equal sign, and expressions are algebraic statements that do not have an equal sign. Okay. Um, of course, you want to look at words that give you hints as to what operations you should use in your expression or in your equation. So if they're talking about addition, they may have the word and or more or in all or increase by or sum or total. Subtraction, less, decreased by, difference, how many more or less. Multiplication, they use the words of, product, times. Division, they use the words per, quotient, and shared. There's one more word too, so I want to add in here that they also use, and it's a similar word for both multiplication and division, and that is each. So they both have the word each. You just got to read the sentence to understand the context of the problem to know if the each means multiplication or does the each means division. Okay. So I'm gonna show you some examples of what we have. Okay. So right here it says write an expression for this statement. So again, an expression does not have an equal sign. So it says 3 times the sum of x and y. Okay. So we know we have a number 3. Our operation is going to be multiplication because we say times, and then we also have an addition symbol too as well, and it says times the sum of x and y. So when you look at it over here, it says 3 times the parentheses x plus y. And the reason why that's important is because sometimes students can make a mistake, and I'm going to use a different sheet of paper. Sometimes you can make a mistake and write 3 times x plus y, and that's incorrect. And the reason why that's incorrect is because of the fact that when they say 3 times the sum of x and y, what that means is that I have to multiply 3 times the sum of x plus y. So it's like something is going on first before I multiply the 3. Okay. So, and this little thing right here, that does means times, and what they meant to write is something kind of like this too as well. Okay. All right, so now question number 2 says write an equation for this problem. So now this is going to be an equation, and this one will have an equal sign. So it says the Rooster basketball team scored 8 runs in the first 4 innings. The Stars scored 3 runs in the first 4 innings. After 4 innings, how many more runs have the Roosters scored? So here it says let the variable in this problem is the difference. So we don't know what that is, or we could try to find it out. In the number of runs between each team, difference means subtraction. So we're going to say D for the word difference equals 8 minus 3, because we said that how many more runs did the Roosters have more than the Stars. So the Roosters had 8, Stars had 3, and the difference is going to be 8 minus 3. Okay. Now, will it always be this simple? No, but as long as you understand what's going on. Okay. Lastly, it says write an equation for this problem. It says a magnolia tree on Kiefer's property is 7 feet 3 inches high. If the magnolia tree grows 10 inches a year, how many years will pass before the tree is 16 feet high? So what we want to know is that how many years will it take in order for it to be 16 feet high, okay? So we know that 16 feet high is that is the goal to get to, right? So what you want to do is you want to set up your equation so that something plus something equals 16. Now this one is a little bit complicated because some things are in inches, some things are in feet. This is in feet, so we need to change everything to just one single unit. So that's why down here, they go ahead and change everything to inches, all right? So let me just read this part right here. It says the unknown quantity in this problem is the number of years it would take for the tree to be 16 feet tall, which is correct. So it says let y equal the number of years, then 10y is the number of inches the tree grows each year, right? And we know that it's going to grow 10 inches a year. We just know how many years it'll take to get to 16 feet. So what we do now is we write all of our measurements in inches. So 7 feet 3 inches is the same thing as 87 inches. And they got that because if there's 12 inches in 1 foot, then they're going to multiply 12 times 7 and then add it with 3, and that's how they got 87, okay? 16 feet is going to be equal to 192 inches, okay? So now that you have everything in inches, okay, so you got the 87, which is where it's at, plus 10y, because it grows 10 inches each year, equals 192, because that's the goal you're trying to get to, okay? And that's it. That's how you write the equation, okay? All right, so I'm going to stop this video, and then I'm going to come back and do another video, okay?